Everybody, welcome back to Jaraci Cup 14. I don't know what's going on here. Neither of these players are actually me. I'll open up the info.txt so you can attempt to read this. Let's see here. So I guess I have to assume this means SickIGN and this means Just Carrier. Those are the two players, in fact. So, yeah, SickIGN takes Soban and then Just Carrier matches, and SickIGN picks the Boneyard, I think? If I'm reading this correctly, I'm pretty sure that's what it says. But yeah, we'll be able to tell in game who is who, because this has got to be SickIGN. He's playing with freaking Pepto-Bismol colors. And Just Carrier, no, with this kind of teal and yellow setup. Soban versus Soban on the Boneyard, pretty interesting. So this production tab, I guess, is SickIGN, and this one is Just Carrier. But I don't know why Just Carrier is so far behind already. It must be just sending this program. But it's nice to have the scouting information. So, you know, there's definitely something to be said for it. The only problem is you can kind of say in kind of like a game theory sense here, like, you're kind of giving your opponent the scouting too, so it's sort of an advantage, but... Yeah, they're both 6, right? Yeah. You only play the cannibal faction. Hey, alleged cannibal faction, alright? It's never been proved. Well, you know, the annoying logistics modules here are pretty good. They shoot, like, EMP shots that stun people. And then, instead of a turret, they have the targeting jammer, which causes units inside of it to be unable to fire. And then their railguns are a little bit better. Their battlecruiser fires railguns instead of cannons, so it's less damage but more range. And their carrier fires railguns as well, so much more range on the carrier, and it does a huge amount of DPS, but it's a lot squishier. That's the general idea. In practice, it makes Soban pretty defensive actually, because these ALMs make them very difficult to be flanked, especially when you have a lot of them down. There's a lot of like stunning going on, which is pretty powerful. So hard to get up on the bases, and you have to kind of take out that infrastructure first. Well, I wouldn't say that, but yeah, the nuke is definitely different. Instead of just doing all the damage right at once, it does more damage, but over time in an area. It's the microwave emitter. And curiously, Soban is the only faction that can get the nuke before teching Power 5 or Systems 4 when you're Coalition. When they have Systems 3, they can do it, but it has to be teched individually, which is kind of interesting. I think that's everything. But yeah, probes don't take much damage from LAVs these days, it is true. Especially because the LAV needs line of sight, which is very anti-intuitive, or counterintuitive is the word there, I guess. SickIGN going with the LAV plays, this is kind of what we expect from him. And it's AAVs from Just Carrier instead. This is the most rigged group ever. It's just 3 Bozo Callus. Like, how can he ever not advance? Freaking tournament organizer just setting himself up for victory. It's despicable. They're bad assault vehicles? Or what does that mean? You remember what SickIGN says about LAVs? Loser attack vehicles. Never build them. And yet, look, he's built a bunch of them. Ah, based assault vehicles. I see. So SickIGN gonna get damage 1 on his LAVs here. This is a lot of AAVs though. And it's, I mean, really, AAVs trade pretty well here, but with this number, like, this is a lot of LAVs. Like, he would beat these two, so he's gotta be a little scarce here. Plus, yeah, Armored 0, that's definitely gonna come back to bite him. Yeah, boost ability being used and everything. Uh-oh. Would be good to buy a bit of time with a self-smoke, but it doesn't really matter too much. These things will die. And they only take one LAV with them, which is not good. Ouch. Yeah, getting the armor upgrade is really, really good. And artillery cruiser coming out, that's a bit funny. You'd think assault cruisers first, because, you know, it's a lot of LAVs. And assault cruisers are just good at that in general. We shall see. You're gonna tell bad things about artillery cruiser tech on Twitter, and then everyone will stop buying their product. Sorry, I was cleaning some gunk out of my mouse. We shall see. But SickIGN has got railgun tech for sure. Oh yeah, that's true. I mean, being on 3 base is pretty good. You know, you lied to me, man. You said the last second, but I clearly saw 2 seconds left.
Enemy unit.
What? What the heck? I'm gonna pretend I didn't see that. Artillery cruiser tech starts up again now.
Hostile contact marked. Construction unit.
Interesting, interesting.
Standing by.
Heavy vehicle armor upgraded.
Enemy sighted.
But this time the LAVs are gonna have armor 2 finished.
Marked.
We do have armor 1 on the AVs, so that's nice. But this guy's dead to death.
Pursuing an artifact.
Enemy engaging armored unit.
Well, the thing is, actually, artillery would be good here too to be able to finish off the railguns. Like artillery and ACs, you'd be really happy. So this is a weird game state for sure. Because this is a lot of LAVs and they're fully upgraded. Now he's getting mag excel too. But artillery is kind of a good answer. So, you know, armor 2 finishes on the heavy rails. One problem here is that of course Sunder takes off like 7 armor, I think. Yeah, so anytime you get sundered, it's almost like being back down to armor -5. You know what I mean? But still, the HP increase is pretty nice on armor 3 as well.
Enemy unit detected. Tracking enemy target.
A little bit of a standoff here around the rubble, which again, for some reason, is impossible to shoot through. But SickIGN needs to be a little careful because actually he's very, very close. And, you know, you could jump on these railguns hopping around the rubble here, potentially. This flank is going to be pretty big as well. And there's no auxiliary tech here for SickIGN. Power 3 is about to finish her just carrier. Targeting jammer gets deployed, actually. Maybe this is just to get vision, but I'm not exactly sure. He's got the probe to do that. That's a valuable cooldown. You don't want to lose it for nothing. Oh, so armor 3. You know. Which is done now. So this makes things very, very tanky when they're not being sundered. And that's a lot of AVs over on that side, too. There's a railgun here. And SickIGN's gonna go in with the loser attack vehicles. See what he can get done. The AoE is pretty good here, but there's just so much damage. Plus with the salvage, or sorry, with the salvagers, with the railgun sunder on the AAVs here, they are gonna go down. So SickIGN picks up another 4 of them. Just gonna say, assault cruisers are good here, you know, because again, you can kill off the LAVs without really worrying about them doing any damage to you. But it looks like right now it's gonna tech fighter and gunship fab. Gunship looks pretty good here, I would say. Again, would be really, really nice if the TJ cooldown was ready here, wouldn't it? But these AVs are gonna march into the base, and this is a lot of AVs. Oh look, it's SickIGN. Yeah, him being good. Can you imagine that? That's not supposed to happen. Yes, just absolutely viciously destroy him. Although it's not clear who's winning.
Enemy contact on sensors. Enemy engaging armored unit.
There's the TJ being used again. But Just Carrier should have enough smokes to get out of here. And maybe he could even grab this base splinter on the way out. That would be nice. Yeah, that's a lot more AAVs over here. This is a lot of AAVs, I've got to say. You know? It would be nice to see him in the smoke. Yeah, he's gonna use it there. I think Just Carrier's right here. Like he can take this fight. So, oh, and he can jump over here and take out the. He can take out the railguns perhaps. Now, one of them is gonna fall already. SickIGN taking BCs by the way. So that's good. Ah, smoke just came off cooldown on the AV that died. That would have been really nice. Come on. Get him. Couldn't quite finish off some of those guys, but yes, I thought that was very good. That was very good. And here comes another massive flank of AVs over on the third base location. Fortunately for SickIGN, this timing is just happens to be right when he's cleaned this out, so he can send his railguns over there and the probe sees it, but... Did something die over here? Oh yeah, it must have been the other probe. This is a pretty powered carrier that SickIGN has, by the way. He's got power 2 done. What's the artifact? No, he actually didn't manage to extract it. Now goes the support cruiser. And there's just more AVs. That's all he needs. He's got 17 of them on the board right now. This is ridiculous. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I see why he said this is a cast-worthy game. And TAC Bomber Fab coming out. Okay. So he's not interested in gunships. He just wants to bomb them. Alright. It's kind of a unique strategy, but we'll see if it works. If he's having a bit of trouble here trying to jump on the AVs. And look, Bozo Cow is building bombers. That's so many AVs though, what the heck? He needs to send these guys in though, it's not good for them to be like going in one flank at a time here. It's really time to move out. Here they come. Again, SickIGN should have built assault cruisers too. Like, that's the unit here, right? Like, what you need is some kind of AoE response to this massive unit blob, right? And, it ain't happening, so... I'll tell you what, if you built ACs this game, you wouldn't have thought they were terrible. Come the TAC bombers. And it looks like he's targeting the railguns for now. That's a good pick. We'll get 3 of them. And I think there's another one ready, but missile battery fab gonna start up now for SickIGN. Which is good. Here come the AVs. It's only one railgun to oppose them, so that's not bad. And it looks like he'll use the bomb on the support cruiser to just try and kill it faster. No, he's gonna change his mind. He'll kill the railgun. I think that's probably the right call. Yeah, 0 railguns left. That means we're gonna have some fun here. That's a lot of AVs. Look how many there are back here. Like, there's 13 AVs not in the fight. That's ridiculous. Why are there so many AVs? This reminds me of like those games that Phoenix here used to play where you just spam AVs like this. BC comes out though. Tell you what, battle cruisers won't die to AVs very fast, so you got that going for you. But I don't know, if you've got this many of them, they do 1 damage per shot though, so they need to fire 3,800 times. That's not really gonna happen very fast. Bomber certainly helps with that though. Look at the damage. Oh dear, if there's another bomber hit, this BC will actually die. Field repairs though, yeah, that'll fix things. But now you can just kind of kill off the, now you can just kind of kill off the SCs here. How many AVs is that? 16? Oh, if the bomber hits it now, that's gonna be so much splash damage. Oh gosh. Friendly fire. But I do believe that Just Carrier is going to try to kill off this carrier with just AVs. That's kind of funny. It'd be nice to fire a smoke out here. Yeah, just set the BC cannon, dude. Gosh. He's really going to do it. He just has to shoot him 5,000 more times and he'll win the game. Now, bombers are for killing BCs, not for killing carriers. Oh, the field repairs comes back up! Oh. This is getting annoying. Mag Excel? Oh, what a betrayal. Players just don't have standards anymore, man. This BC will fall, though. Well, not. Again, would be nice to smoke the carrier here. Oh, look this way. Ah, that guy got the shot right before he died. He was briefly made a captain. What the heck? That was weird looking. He just kind of disappeared. Did you see that? I don't know what to make of that, but either way, Just Carrier is going to take the game in a tremendous fashion, I would say. I've never seen such BS before. He hyperspaced. Ah, okay, so he survived. He survived. Clearly, because look, now they fight each other again. So, once more, Moss versus Pepto-Bismol. And this time it was Bozo Cow's pick, right? Yeah. I think this time it's Just Carrier's pick, but I guess I'm not actually sure. It's a bit of a confusing info.txt. This one's even worse? Ah, good, good.
Rally point designated. Move out. Arming logistics modules.
Location designated. New vector launch.
Salvager. Online.
You know, they call it Pepto-Bismol because it has bismuth in it. So maybe this Saban carrier is made out of bismuth. That would explain how squishy it is. Because, like, you know, bismuth is really soft. You can, like, cut it with a knife.
Enemy signature identified.
I can't believe you said that to me. And it's going to be SC first for both sides once again. Again, we don't see the probe deploy from SickIGN, so that makes the SC pretty notably faster. It's true. It's true.
Enemy contact on the board. Hostile threat marked on sensors. Hostile unit marked. Tracking enemy target to mark.
SC gets a couple of shots at the probe here, but not too much. But yeah, he'll see SC first. But again, I think that SickIGN kind of knows as well, so he probably is feeling pretty confident here.
Enemy unit detected. Enemy sighted.
I mean, to be fair, that is pretty thick. It's like freaking 300 meters across. No, that's probably too much. Maybe like 200. That's pretty thick, you know? I haven't met any girls in my area that are 200 meters wide. So, I mean, if you find one, man, you know, you treat her right. That's what I say.
This is the captain. Hold here and
Hey, it's Phoenix, yo. You would have been happy with the last game. AV Fab on the way for Bozo Cal, I guess. Which is fitting. This is what he used last game, as you know. As you know. You know what's really funny about it is that actually, like, the Rail LAV was trading pretty darn well at the beginning, and then... well, that changed. Ah, you're right. You're right. This is like its waist then, right?
Hostile unit marked.
Proceed to rally point.
Copy. Go ahead.
Look at this. Anyway, here comes an AV.
Rally point designated.
Your waist is the thickest? No, man, that's not how it works. Your waist is like the thinnest part of you, other than like your neck, I guess.
Enemy unit detected.
New fabrication facilities now operational.
Coordinates. We have new bearing on hostile target.
It's true. It's true.
Enemy contact on sensor.
Again, this is actually armor 0, but he'll rectify that pretty quickly. I do like how SickIGN is getting armor for his LAVs first, because AAVs really don't do much damage per shot, so getting armor is very, very effective.
Hostile unit marked.
Heavy vehicle armor upgraded.
Speaking of armor, though, now he's got none. So. And that's the power of Rail LAV, of course, is that you get that Sunder and then you can bop these guys really quick. So it's gonna happen again here. We saw this last game. Can Rail get a shot on this guy? No, so that's gonna keep him a little bit more healthy. Armor 2 finishes now. But he's really pretty trapped here. So again, this is kind of like what we saw last time. At the beginning, SickIGN's taken some really nice trades. He has to approach this carefully, though. Yeah, you just want to get the Sunder and then run away with the railgun. Oh gosh. Okay, yeah, now it's time to go back to the SC and heal. Because you're not feeling so good. Pro goes down.
Enemy sighted. Enemy on sensor. Enemy signature identified.
The railgun actually survives. But yeah, what a surprise! More AAVs.
Hostile contact on the board. Enemy contact on the board.
Sick jump, yo. This guy's a freaking adrenaline junkie. I can't imagine this thing has very good suspension. Like, that probably really hurts when you land. You're just like, oh, my neck. Anyway,
Standing by. Copy. Go ahead.
yeah, it would be nice to get a couple more RUs here, though, because he's really going to want armor 3. And right now, like, it seems like as he continues building, AVs, he's not really banking up any more RUs.
We have new bearing on hostile target. Enemy engaging armored unit.
Oh, this guy barely survives. He's gonna check the 3-base location, which I always like doing, so he knows that that's not there. This ALM will actually, or sorry, TJ will actually be a little bit annoying in terms of trying to harass the main base. But you're at least stopping your opponent from,
Contact on the board.
you're at least stopping your opponent from expanding, which is actually pretty valuable.
Enemy contact on sensor.
And the LAVs are leaving on this side, so that can actually be big.
Tracking hostile.
Yeah, now he sees the AVs attacking on that side. You kind of need to bring the LAVs back here, I think. This is certainly where SickIGN struggles when there's more than one front line.
Enemy on sensors.
Smoke gets deployed here, but I think you do really just have to back away out of this side.
Armored unit lost.
That's a lot of orange. Still, though, it denies the main base mining, and actually there's maybe a window even to come in here and start hitting some salvagers on the second. Armor 3 on the way. That's good.
New threat identified.
But yeah, no rails this time. He's learned his lesson. He's gonna be pure now.
Enemy signature identified.
Then win the.
Enemy unit detected.
But again, here's another window to jump back off onto the main. Whoa, that was weird. The camera exploded. This is definitely how you want to play against a player like SickIGN, is just pull him back and forth. He doesn't seem to do very well in that kind of scenario. It's like one railgun will go down, but that's a really nice targeting jammer. I mean, it hits all the LAVs, but it doesn't matter. You're just dropping your opponent's DPS to 0, and then you can kind of do whatever you want. And now these AVs are a bit late, but they might actually manage to sneak in here. That'd be funny. You can tell that a contact ping is going through because these salvagers are evacuating, but if he never shows, he might actually get away with this. I would just hide them in the corner. Hide them in the corner. No, no, no. Oh, oh, that'd be so funny. Nah, I don't think he's gonna do it. Oh, that's too bad. So he'll jump up here. He's gonna get some good damage on this SC though, for sure. Rails hit one. And again, that Sunder means a lot. Probably speed things up a bit here if you take out that TJ. Yeah, the save is gonna go down as well. I mean, he's delayed the 3-base timing by a lot, but you can't really say that trades have gone terribly well for Just Carrier here, can you? Again, it'd be nice if he could get some RU miners set up, except he doesn't really have any CUs right now, so maybe he knows the distribution pretty well, actually. But what he could definitely use is the production upgrade if you've got this many units queued up. Like, cancel 2 of these guys and start the production upgrade going, and by the time the queue's free, you'll be able to build more, so... Yeah, as I was explaining to Houston earlier, like, units in the queue is definitely not good, right? You don't want units in queue, you want units, like, being worked on right now, so... This is kind of a massacre, though. He kills off a lot of LAVs on this retreat, and I think he got one of the railguns, too. So, again, we saw this last game. This is where things started to go wrong for SickIGN. An AV does get picked off here, though. It'd be really nice to smoke the LAVs out, actually, this time. But yeah, the railguns go down. 2 more on this side, though. They will be able to keep these guys away, but now it's starting to be good trades for Just Carrier, and he's got a lot of AVs again. And we've seen this before. And again, this TJ doesn't really feel great because there's no follow-up, so you're actually just losing a pretty valuable cooldown for nothing here. So down goes the TJ. Uh-oh, this railgun here wants to die as well. Base runner gonna fall as well on this side, maybe? Well, it's not dead yet, but yeah, he's gonna jump over the dune, and this railgun will die just instantly. Railgun does, or sorry, base runner does go down. That's a lot of AEVs. This is starting to look like an F2 quick moment here. More railgun's gonna fall on this side. Actually, it'd be good to just keep the TJs powered up, I think, to just get a bit of control over these AEVs. But these LAVs are gonna jump in here and try and deal with it. They can't fight this. They can't fight this at all. Main base is gonna go down too. Now it looks like the map is folding for SickIGN. AVs, man. Apparently they're dangerous. See, is it gonna get away? Oh, just barely. Although, I mean, I'm sure it'll die eventually, but, you know. But it does live for now, so... Okay. And SickIGN's gonna forfeit. What do you know? Bozo Cow beat Bozo Cow. Surprising result. That was an interesting series for sure. Hope you guys enjoyed this nonsense. I sure did. We'll move on to the next one.